we are finally back with even more tips and tricks from the pro players during their Pro League season. Let's start off immediately and let me know which tip did you like the most down in the comment section. Would you call me insane if I told you to use melee to clear a room? Oh well. You can bait a quick peek with meleeing around the corner.
Need to ace Clutch as he's going to emerge from laundry storage. A fraction of his HP. Position on the Goyo given away, but that L85 is going to make an awful racket before he's taken.
A beautiful angle from the bottom lobby stairs towards the rotation between the L and supply.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
A meme machine on the Maestro the entire way through the day. They had some great gameplay.
A very powerful deployable shield can be put just by the exit of the bathroom on the clubhouse, pointing to the gym window. It will give more freedom for your defenders.
There. And you know who we gotta give a shout out to? Chaoxis. He had a pretty average first day.
Have you ever thought of mavericking the closet wall on the villa? If there are any tryhards doing the closet hold in the ranked.
Through all those ADSs and eventually nade out the player. There's a Maverick hole apparently. Look at that. Medic's great call. Our observer just pointed that out. I don't know quite how he managed to do that just from the window. And now they're really trying to pinch out that player. That is beautiful.
A very useful tip. Did you know that I have a Discord community server? Well, now you do. A forgotten angle will be from the long on the consulate towards the lobby default plan spots. This angle, as much as it looks simple, won Empires the round and the entire match.
All friendlies have been neutralized.
Where he is here. They have the diffuser back in their hands. That smoke has now been recovered away. Citizen goes down as well. Joystick, you're basically in a glorified 1v1 for a few seconds. Can he get it? No way does he get it? How on earth have they let that happen?
Another easy run out on the one of the villa spawns. These work in the Pro League, so will definitely work in your ranked matches.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Next big cry, no, next big fragger. And the coach has literally got a positive KD right now, subbing in.
Next one was the imposter.
Don't have a crap.
Oh, let's go, Bieber.
Oh no.
Goodbye, Vito.
Clubhouse is one of the oldest map, and seeing these pixel spots with the help of the global shield on one of the most important areas to hold is always refreshing to see. APAC are really the GOATs.
Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
What do we got? A Monty ban. That's why you get rid of the Monty, because pushing up on the rafters with the Monty is too easy. But if you have this weird setup here from Papilia with this tiny little angle,
Pixel.
it's tiny.
It's tiny, but it could be enough to find a kill. Imagine.
When playing with the Clash, you always want to find the surface ace from where you cannot get shot, even if Zofia stunned or if guard broken.
There's the Melusi Wub being taken out, so that's going to make it easier to enter actually into dining itself. Bivu moving right on up to try and hold the angle into showers.
A very situational but a smart trick to do is to pair Goyo with Kai to get the consulate's wall secured. However, I would still recommend using Goyo shields as standard shields. This will make Claw unbreakable from the top. Oh! Did you know that you can put a Kite's Electroclaw below the desk? This is somewhat Angle's spawn peek spot, which is low risk, huge reward. You might get anyone trying to get the repel on the building.
The top floor. TSM are obviously expecting a heavy presence above, and they have fallback plans, aka an insurance plan.
Two tips at once. Having a deployable shield this back will force attackers to waste the ADSs or magnets by this wall. Even if the shield was somewhere closer, it could get destroyed by an Ash grenade if hit the ground. Second tip is, if you don't want your ADS to be wasted from the Zoffia's concuss, stand up if you expect her to do that, so the concuss hits you and not the ADS or magnet.
In that corner, so Empire still holding snugly onto blue.
And always is still holding onto the doorway as Dan also hasn't rotated down. ADS still standing, but there's the lifeline. That'll kind of concuss him and stun him out, and always takes the opportunity to get a kill onto WTG.
Another very useful tip. Did you know that you can get your match reviewed on my stream? That I do live rank reviews? More info down below. A powerful angle from the Cafe's freezer all the way to the VIP.
All friendlies have been eliminated.
He will catch him. He will catch him. There we go.
That is
Down he
dirty.
goes. It's Doki. Goodbye.
A beautiful camera that can be found in the garage of the clubhouse.
Already in a spot now where they are at such a massive disadvantage. What a round start this has been by G2.
Oh, the angle!
2 tips at once. You can put a jammer in there to be secured from being shot unless they get inside of the shower. The next one will be Kai's spots to the triple statuary walls against the Kali or even now Zero.
Folds later on. I understand a Hibana ban on Clubhouse because it's hatch centric, but yeah, I would have thought that that Ace basically nullifies that Hibana ban. But nonetheless, let's get into this round. It is a stat defense. Funnily enough, I was checking out the stats, and so far in stage 2 in EUL, this trophy statue bomb site's actually
A neat angle for the post-plan situations, all the way toward the garage. This is a default plan spot in the basement objectives of Cafe.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Pull it all the way back against Kanto is holding this long angle. It seems for now he's in a pretty cozy spot. Trying to go for it, but Kanto sees defeat, sprays him down.
Are the walls facing the church reinforced? On the clubhouse? No problem, you can still, from the kitchen, deny the double door with this angle.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Oh, how is the footing there? Nico just going to be missing it. Oh, that's got to be a free kill for days. Nico with a nasty line to the back of that main.
This walkie camera will not only enable you to pick the people who are rappelling by the bedroom side, but also to run out from the tower for the big window players.
it's basically inevitable here that that breach should be open, but should definitely help out.
Absolutely. I mean, that was
the players that I just showed you in unranked a couple about an hour ago, Jackie. Same result.
This kite spot, if not seen, might trigger attackers when they will be trying to find the electroclaw underneath the hatch.
Looking upwards and win out those gunfights. So, who knows what we'll see?
No one in the kids or tarps are contesting the attackers. No worries. Amar goes whoosh, and team goes brrrr. A more in-depth video about this rush can be found in the description below.
They have a drone inside. They know exactly what will be clear, but there is a Prisma right there. So as soon as Amaru will fly through, she will be spotted out. They know exactly what's going to be going on right now because here you have it. Hopping's coming in. Virtue will be taking a bit of damage right here. Shinka will be going down for the plants as Void gets taken down. 45 seconds.
Do you want to be a ridiculous duoQ tryharder? Try this castle and the Mira utility as well as the reinforcements. The third castle barricade was put by the CC window, as you will be able to see in the very end of the clip.
Joe so far and the conversations we've had and how we've discussed the kind of play style that he likes to go for. What would you say is one of his favourite attacking operators?
If
You
I
see
s-
where I'm going with this?
If I say Ash, will I be crucified?
No, you're correct. He was back in UK when we saw him play a few times. It was the Ash. It was kind of.
Most of the clubhouse Valkyrie camera spots are in known positions. But this is not. It will give you full eyes on if you start the flanking.
And the way that they place the mirror windows, very similarly here, how you have one on the logistics construction wall, and then very classically on the bathroom wall as well.
Use this impact rotation in pair of your teammates' sounds. A guarantee of flank success.
Sure. For Tempera, that is just the win, and that is exactly what they're going to be going for right here. P4 using an impact doesn't seem to be heard by Uno, and it continues to descend these stairs, but P4 doesn't seem to know. He's on the other side. Here we have it. Moves in, gets that kill, and decides to move back up the tower stairs.
Securing your Shaiko spot with a double or even triple impacts is pretty powerful. For a change, we'll go to my streams clip. Very important to know, because you can deny attackers pushing out this guy. 2 impacts over here, 2 impacts over here. Known or less known spawn peek from armory towards one of the Oregon spawns.
Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Yeah, that was played out the way that I'd expect, just not quite winning the gunfights that were absolutely critical to win. But that seems to be the feel across the 3 rounds so far. You've already... Oh, my lord. Next one.
I'm using this example to give you an idea of properly spawn peeking. Do not break the glass, melee the side of the window so it doesn't get destroyed. With the glass on, it is way harder to see the broken window as well as the defender.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Any other operator to move Clash's shield away from her now then. Duds is looking for that early peek. He sees it and gets it. Rips the head off Julio. That is an absolute lip ripper from this.
Uho, a C4 that can kill anyone in the closet from the dining. Closet is a very traffic area on all 3 main objectives on Villa.
Friendlies victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
Down in kitchen and dining now. Interestingly, Duds has taken a lot of damage in the early round. We're only a minute in and he has nearly lost his life. Out goes a huge nitro kill from Philippox.
On odd angle as a defender to be. But if you want to surprise anyone try to enter the visa, if you cannot be drowned out, feel free to be here.
We have been eliminated.
And this before the broadcast got underway around Reaper's new video where he was talking around this, playing the map and being out there to attack drones, to then pull back.
What is more than a bullet hole? Well, a bullet hole with a diversion. Have a bullet hole toward the ladders with a melee hole on the top. So attackers, assuming they drone you out on the melee part, will get killed through the bullet hole.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Endeavor. Yes, there is a trade back, but you've lost your Maverick there. That's a big deal with the grenades gone, like you said, and also more difficulty in getting hatches open as he is off the board, and your only reliance is now on the Thermite.
Do they know that there's a bullet hole right here being held? It doesn't seem like it, as next one is just going to be trying to move through.
If you're about to kite trick, it's still 2 electroclaws. Use one for an actual use. No reason to keep it to yourself, unless you want to actively kite tricking by throwing taking it. Deny green drones with 1. A beautiful pixel angle from the Oregon's supply toward the electrical.
Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
Fuser. They wait with bated breath and held, but it's not enough as next one drops them before the smoke.
From the rooftop of Villa, you can see a small area of the statuary if you assume Son will be using the split rotation.
We have been eliminated.
How to use properly Iana? Well, it is really not a sci-fi, but you can use here as a literal retrading tool, as we'll be able to see from the tempera.
As they start underneath and dig their way up the tower's stairs, led by Iana, who's going to try and find someone before the device disappears, and they do. There's the close fire, there's the swing, and there's Uno caught fleeing. They maybe didn't...
Playing John spot that got the BDS a kill and possibly a round on Clubhouse can be found on this wall.
Signs of recovery, you're just not quite getting there when it feels like you're so close. It is frustrating, and that there is a small, simple mistake as well. It's nothing massive, but by keeping that wall closed up, you can't impact trick over. It gives BDS so much more time to operate with. And look at this.
This is extremely underused in the ranked, just because the vertical angles in the prep from the train will force takers to push directly through the breach to get killed.
Thing here, bad call, I think, because now the verticals are possibly in the hands of the defenders.
If you can't get your team inside of the motor drop without opening up the hatch, consider just to open it with one of the Selma, as all what you need to have is an angle against the aggressive defender picking the triple church walls.
Running a bit of a risk there, guys. That ain't going to be so easy with just the ace on side.
Oh, Doki's trying to decide here. He's got two...
Usually it is reverse, but that makes this angle even better, as the takers won't expect you to hold an angle from the around the green's hallway or stage area towards the attic.
Stairs and double window. You're instead looking towards attic and pushing in through bedroom. Totally fine. As soon as you get to that trophy doorway, though, there is going to be hell to pay. And you can even see this cheeky angle being held.
Another beautiful camera on the lamp from the gym's or pool's window to see the whole bedroom balcony. This is super important intel for any of the top floor objectives.
Extended roam setup here with the idea of a site retake or just outright denial coming in with the C4s and toxic canisters. And fascinating.
This angle is also becoming more and more popular from the reinforced kids catch toward the kitchen entrance.
Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
Chaos. This could give an awful lot of strength to this team that they haven't had for a long time in terms of aggression and gunning capability. And what the hell is that pixel, Jess?
Another useful drone hole, but this time for defenders, to see anyone in the Z.
All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
Or whether he's thinking genuinely, there's a peak coming in from there and I'm going to pre-fire it. Either way, it gets the job done and you can't take away from the skill of...
Let's have another two tips at once, with a deployable shield pointing CC's breach, as well as magnets in this corner. If being flashed out, shoot the magnets the moment they catch something, so the flashbangs also fall down and don't flash you. As for the shield, you're forcing attackers to go directly for the CC if they cannot plant.
United are just trying to maintain control as long as they can to delay the attack. And, well, it's been decent delay so far, but we're not done yet. That's going to be burning of the magnets there. Oh, very clever. If you shoot it, it'll drop. So it'll be less likely to stun you.
Clear out the Shaiko spot from the blue. A basic but a very powerful angle to do as an attacker. A very good solo queue setup can be found in the theme park when defending initiation and office, or bunk and daycare, or even throne and armory. Play as a monkey in this spot, and then you can easily retreat by jumping from this balcony. Burying a teammate in the toilet, a jammer by these two reinforced walls means nightmare for the attackers.
Good peek there from
Gauthier.
Bibu, and that will take Draven down really low. Another good peek from Fabian. They're just aggressing. Window, door, window, door. They're not even letting them in the building. And as they do, it's going to be packball straight into the vector of Fabian. This is a good hold here from Vitality. It's coupled with some ADSs as well, and it gives them the opportunity to rotate.
When you do our defense setup and attackers are pushing the other way, you usually want to readjust the utility. It is not required with this deployable statuary shield, as it works both ways.
Put some hot water in that. That steam's going to do damage to those drones.
I like that your concern is for the electronic.
From this corner spot in the admin, you can see all the way toward the paper window, where usually an attacker will be if doing the admin push. Another deployable shield set up by the rotation, split, and the statuary. Statuary 1 works both ways, but the rotation one is cleverly put, as most teams from the underneath want to destroy the Astro desk, but usually it also destroys the deployable shield next to it.
For example, I wouldn't say they're the best coordinated team. I wouldn't say they're best with time either, but something that they do have going for them is that when they do have a drone in a good position, the ping 2.0, the yellow ping, has been something they've abused to the best of their ability.
Another cheeky angle on a very common position for the attackers. Spiral to anyone who is repelling by the toilet window.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Leaving it a bit risky, I think, to still be rotated this late into the round. I guess you're expecting they'll all be up here, and he finds one of the windows, sees the feet, sees the body, can't quite connect the shots to bring it.
Playing behind the bomb might seem too risky, but it is super secure from the skylight and you're on an unexpected position.
Putting yourself at risk in that situation, so one of the things for BDS to be mindful of.
Some really good picks here from a few of the Na'Vi players.
Since you guys really love the bullet holes to fight against, here's another one on an odd spot as you're elevated on this fence, against the toilet toward the initiation in the theme park.
All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
Right, and the next one on the boys of Chaos, who literally just came in, and then would have to go back to Challenger League already.
Something that won't work as efficient in the Neon Down season, but the run out with a possible Volky camera is really deadly against the attackers who repel on the bedroom balcony.
That signals to me is that Na'Vi are not sure. They're not sure exactly what they need. What? That's a run out and a half. He finds one eventually traded, but my goodness.
Did you know that this drone hole exists? This is super useful for the Twitch to get all the jammers by the attic walls, magnets, as well as the ADSs.
Was the site that they failed to get a win on, so W7M, they could well be aware of that and just coming in there, trying to find any small...
Did you know that this drone hole exists? Part 2. I just have seen that this drone... Did you guys know that there is a drone hole over here that leads to the games? So you can pretty much bypass this jammer. Like, here's a drone hole, now you can see it. A claw can get all 3 walls in this spot. It can be shot from the construction's window.
4-0, completely unsuccessful on attack, and I'm sure we'll see something different.
A nice way to deal with the deployable shield by the shower's hallway on Oregon, through the drone hole.
11, completely flattened out, finished last. Came into last season, started out super strong. Second half of last stage, really flopped again, and then went on to win the major. So the Nets kind of predicted.
Have you ever thought of using a mirror window to impact trick and not to allow attackers to open up the consulate's garage wall?
The Lowland Lions from Challenger League, we have yet to see them hit the potential they once understood there, and whether or not that's the competition is just that much different, EUL versus Challenger League, whatever it is, it's not working the way.
Another great flank drone for your tower push can be found in the green. Obviously, it is Oregon.
Powerful he can be alongside Renshiro, who clearly in the last few months has found this new confidence in himself to be able to.
Another way of dealing with the impact triggers by the game's walls of Oregon from the roof. It is pretty simple, but make sure to waste all the ADSs or magnets.
This bomb site, I should say, is Virtus Pro had a successful impact trick onto the Hibana that was trying to open up the walls in games. But this time, Ace is brought instead, and he's got 3 separate settlements, so he can throw one down.
Another 2 or 3 stack trick is to have Clash contesting from the benches the AFG push, like having a closet or a heavy extra hold with the other teammates.
Trying to get the man out of the walk-in closet there, and, well, they've realized that there's more pressing things, aka the clash on the landing side. You can see a lot of Vitality outlines and bodies steadily droning and making their way here across the side.
Ever used Kids Windows on Oregon for other than repelling? Well, you can start using it to throw amazing frags towards any of the Kids player.
Voy right outside the window, and that's a fantastic nade straight onto his target. Just as
Another way of dealing with the bedroom push is to have holes over here and contest them from the tarps. This works both ways. If the takers manage to get the control of the attic, your trophy players will be pushed back.
Early on the Valkyrie, will we see that level of aggression coming out from them? Last time around, obviously in the previous playday, it felt like they were willing to take a couple more risks.
This is not Copper's mirror window. This is a mirror window from the Chaos. It can get popped from the suicide, but it is not as easy angle to fight against the defender in the meeting.
Appreciate the intent, but worry how long this is actually going to last for.
Well, I think it's all come out to the fact that they know VP.
This was prevalent in the current Shadow Legacy meta, and might be even more in the Neon Dawns meta. Jaeger tricking with the help of the dog in the toilet, 2nd floor on Consulate. A very hard hit with the Zofia, but finally managed to capture it from the pro players. You can deny the bandit trigger from the main entrance double doors, but the issue of this one is impact drop off.
Round in this half will be going the way of Virtus Pro, because if it does, as the double impact comes in, Aces will be forced out, Rips will be receiving some damage, and the wall will be opening up. It's all disaster again here for...
The more I talk about this setup, the worse it gets. Last time we have introduced Clash, now we are introducing a player inside of the blue. This is extremely strong for the teams that dislike going to tower as an attacker.
Aggressive on this position, Virtus Pro are back to square one.
you could see the sudden fear in his heart and in his eyes as he turned to try and shoot it, but it wasn't quite enough. And that does, of course, mean that you've lost that main...
Did you know if you let the mirror band on the gym and the bedroom defense, that you can deny the office mirror from the kitchen?
Yeah, easy dispose there of Doki from blowing.
Usually when defending basement on cafe, you extend your cells for the first floor and maybe play very early on the 2nd floor to get the drones. But this time we will actually roam pretty heavily. Mostly passively put by the kitchen drone hole, east balcony, and the museum window, and there will be an angle from the middle red towards the museum, so defenders can see that rotation. Let's go to clip to see the full setup.
Snarvy a little bit, make them uncomfortable, and then look to close the round out off the back of that. In the last round, that couldn't succeed as they were playing a little bit more static with the mute, and clearly there's no real big worries on the side of Na'Vi. They managed to burst their way through bathroom.
I have never seen these angles used, and they are against the ping push from the hookah stairs and the pool.
Bit of a blow of utility. Haven't seen the biggest showing from him so far, but talk about big showings, Pasha.
Deployable shield with a C4 and possibly with an ADS magnet just to get some coverage means 3 kills on the bedroom's balcony in Oregon.
And throw the remainder of these rounds. You've still got a chance, but You're going to lose that one as Yeti gets greeted by a nitro cell tossed out. And oh, that is a greasy angle
What
right
is
now from
that?
Mint under.
Hold off the attackers on one of the more traffic windows from the red stairs.
Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
Of the pulse there, and I think that's been part of the strategy to try and keep away from those vertical.
Ashtray is very important to hold. That is why having even two people contesting it, one from the stairs and the other one behind the desk, is recommended.
I'd aim. We're home by Monday morning. It's a nightmare, Tim. But it was quite cheap. We got it through Groupon, so you can't really complain. Let's see if we can complain about this round.
An odd spot to be, and tonight the rotation between the piano and the shop. Opening up the desk is also poggers.
Piano, I think they would have seen where Blur was and known that trying to hot drop in like that was not the plan again. Where are the drones? You must know.
Dealing with the kite on Kitchen's hatch. No problem. Zofia's impact will deal with that with no worries.
Gonna slow a little bit of the push and approach here. Leon, wow, that's one way to deal with the claw. Drop it, take a little bit of damage.
An underrated C4 from the ladders of the clubhouse toward the entrance of the garage.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
Joe to drone himself in to make sure that this C4 won't get. Did he just. The man doesn't miss. So that C4 will get shot midair.
Another interesting soft mirror window that you can pre-fire anything from the aviator. Study and its balcony.
And that you see on the right next to it, and you were like, why would that be the case?
A useful angle the moment you do the breach, from the bedroom's balcony toward the games. This is super useful during the post-plant.
Be in that position. Herd's obviously struggling there. It is unfortunate with the nature of online games, you know.
Just a reminder that you can deny all the plans in the lobby from the basement. This time it will be in the cafeteria.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
Have Empire just raised the roof on this game, and Rogue not getting off to the start to this season they could have hoped for?
They definitely raised.
Do you want to make the main stairs players stuck on the villa? Open up the piano walls and consider them to be stuck.
We have been eliminated.
Which is the operator that they would typically be using to engage this vertical play, but they didn't know for certain it was going to be aviator games. Could have been dining.
We'll have another flank drone spot if you're taking the cache and the CC, so your main stairs flank is secured.
To get their attacking rounds just chain together right now. Just get 3 at least, get that 1 point, keep Empire within striking distance.
We had a similar impact trick proof before, but using a C4 to kill the Harbinger from the arsenal toward the church triple walls is an outstanding move.
One off. 3 versus 1. Na'Vi have got temper figured out in this round, and this one should put Na'Vi at least up to their point.
For all that like to have flank drones, a very useful one you can find in the lobby by its lamp.
It's quite difficult to get those ex-Kairos off on the wall. Burger just flicking cams for his teammates down.
If you didn't like the barge drone, then you might love a drone on this tier with a similar function. But this one cannot see the main stairs, but you can hear if someone is playing the lunge. Especially useful for the CC cache pushes, and if defenders are playing with a C4 underneath.
Failsafe after failsafe, isn't it? And you love to see it. You love to have a team that turns around and goes.
We will have one more last episode after the mini majors. Guys, let me know if you would like to see me merging all the tips and tricks that we have found from the old seasons in one big video. For me, it will be very easy, but would you like to see everything in one place? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video and staying with me for this long, and thanks all the patrons and YouTube members for making this video available. If you want to learn all the basics and advanced things about the siege, Make sure to give me a like, subscribe and notification bell to get all notifications from my channel. Make sure to give me feedback down in the comment section below.